Hi there, I'm Danny Flexen for Seconds Out. Welcome you to this special preview of Andy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua 2 out in Saudi Arabia. We're here in our studio with some of the hot prospects from the Peacock Gym. And I believe, I was adding this up earlier, they've got a combined record of 26-0 with 19 early wins. And let's start with cruiserweight sensation Jamie Branch, who accounts for a whopping one of those inside the distance wins. Jamie, are you excited? Joshua going up against Ruiz?
Yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. Obviously, this time around the rematch. The first time around, everyone wrote Ruiz off, didn't they? Everyone just thought it was a little fat man that's going to go in there and get blown out.
We should note he is still a little fat man.
Yeah, he's still a fat man, but I think everyone's now realised he's got some hands on him. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting matchup.
Now I've got 4-0 featherweight, Louie Lynn. Hot prospect, another one next to me. What do you make of the fight? And what did you think about going out to Saudi Arabia?
Not much about it going out to Saudi Arabia, to be honest. But I think it'll be a great fight, obviously, because of Ruiz caused the upset in the first fight, and hopefully AJ comes out on top this man. But I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm excited to watch it.
And to my right, we've got 5-0,
Yep.
super bantamweight, Chris Bourke, from a Team GB member like AJ, of course.
Yeah.
What do you get from Team GB that could aid AJ in this fight in terms of the fundamental grounding you get up in Sheffield?
Yeah, I mean, he's got everything at his feet. You got physios, all the sparring's recorded. You got the best of everything at Team GB. You don't really want for anything. So he's got everything at his feet that he needs, and I think he'll put it off this time around.
Now we've got middleweight puncher, Denzel Bentley, save the best for last. No offence, guys. He's 11-0 with 9 stoppages or knockouts. And let's talk about power. How important is power in this fight, and who do you give the edge in power to?
I think in this fight, power is very important. Well, especially for AJ, which I think he has the better power, or the most power out of the two of them. But I also feel like Ruiz is the better boxer. And if AJ don't get to him early, it could be another horrible night. But let's just hope he does.
Let's talk about the mental aspect of it, because I've been watching a lot of the build-up, the gloves are off, and then the face-to-faces once they got out in Saudi Arabia as well. Ruiz seems just as kind of quietly confident and calm as he did the first time. What do you guys make of AJ's mindset from what you've seen?
I think he seems in not a bad mindset from what I've seen so far, the interviews and stuff, but mental scarring in boxing is a massive thing, and no matter what you say, no matter what you do, whatever training, on fight night in them changing rooms, memories appear, you know what I mean? Flashbacks appear, and you'll never be able to change that. So really, it's just down to how mentally strong and how well Joshua can cope with it on the night.
And a lot of people said after the first fight that he should consider changing trainer. He's kept Robert McCracken on board. He's brought a couple of assistant trainers into camp. What do you think of that as a move? Not just keeping loyal, but bringing new people in at this stage of his career?
I think why change trainer? He's had Rob McCracken since he was an amateur. No one knows him as good as Rob McCracken does. He's added a trainer as well, like you said. So it can only help, really. He's still got his main trainer.
What do you think, Denzel? You were about to say something then before.
Yeah.
Chris picture at the post.
I think it's a good thing bringing in another trainer, especially the trainer he's brought in, Angel Fernandez. He's a very good trainer, but it's whether it suits his style. But I reckon they would figure that out during the camp. They've had long enough with him to realise things that he can do with him and things that he can't do with him. So I'm expecting better movement from him, lateral movement, and probably more patience, really. But at the end of the day, Rob McCracken is still the overseer of things. He's still overseeing everything. So if he doesn't like anything, he take it out. So like Chris said, no one knows him better than Rob McCracken, our board trainer. So I guess it's a good thing. But let's not do too much and think he's going to have the maddest footwork in the game because he's got a trainer like Angel Fernandez. Stick to his strengths and just work on his strengths and try to add to his game. So it can't be a bad thing.
Louis, you're the one on this table who's had the fewest number of pro fights so far.
Yeah.
You're still very much in the early stages of your career. What's the hunger like now? And do you see, as fighters get older, AJ as an example, could he have lost that hunger or some of it?
Well, I believe so, possibly, because obviously he's sponsored by Under Armour, links and everything, and maybe we're only human, it could get to your head, do you know what I mean? And he's worrying too much about sponsorship things, whereas Ruiz been training hard his whole life, waiting for his moment to shine, and he got it. And So yeah, like, but I mean, no, basically, yeah, like he's hunger, like you're saying. Like now, obviously, he's lost everything almost, didn't he? Well, he has, and he wants to get it back now. So now he's changed his mindset, and I think he's talking even like Muhammad Ali, like saying, "All you chumps gonna bow when I will." You'll see how great I am.
Do you like that? Do you like that
Yeah,
side
I
of him
like that.
coming
Yeah,
out?
yeah, and obviously he's focused. He's training like the underdog now, and he knows that he needs to win this fight. So, and he's got the power to do it. So good luck to him. I hope he does.
Let's look on the flip side. Put yourself, if you can, in Ruiz's position.
Yeah.
He had a long career, you know, at the top level, but never really broke through. And then suddenly he's rich beyond his wildest dreams. He's bought a new house. He's got cars. So much attention, media spotlight on him. Will that have changed him?
No, I don't think so. I think that's only going to make him hungrier because this is what he's been fighting for so long. He's finally got it. He's not just going to relax now. He's got more to prove. He still has to get through this fight to prove that it weren't a fluke. So I think that's motivation in itself. He's had a taste of the high life. That's motivation in itself as well. He's thinking, I can't just let this go. He's had a taste of being a world champion. Like, he doesn't want to be a world champion and then lose it straight away, especially being the first Mexican heavyweight world champion. So he's going to want to defend that and then go on to continue making history for heavyweight boxers in Mexico and stuff like that. So.
Denzel earlier gave us an indication of how he feels AJ should box. You say you're in the Ruiz corner. What does he need to do, or is it just exactly the same as the first fight?
Yeah, I think it's just if you're Ruiz, he's shorter, he's got short arms. You have to have lots of head movement, a high guard, and put lots of smart pressure. But it's easier said than done when you've got such a big puncher like Anthony Joshua.
What do you guys think?
Oh, agree.
I just think everyone's saying what they're saying about bringing, as Denzel briefly said, everyone's saying that he can bring in whatever trainer he wants, bring in whatever he wants to do. Joshua is an upright style fighter, and no matter what they were doing, no matter what fluidity work they're doing, that's carved in stone now. That's him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't go and just change how someone fights
When he gets hurt,
overnight and
back
that.
to what he knows.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think obviously at the end of the night there's going to be a lot of mental pressure. So even if he is looking half a little bit fluid, and I see he's been trying to do his bit of footwork and that nerves and that everything come in, he's going to sort of revert back to what he is and that. And Ruiz, unfortunately, that's what Ruiz likes, them style of fighters. Do you know what I mean? That's what them upright, good boxers, just basic good boxers.
Predictable.
Yeah, I think really are what Ruiz likes.
So do you think that Joshua will always have a problem with that style regardless?
I think so. To be honest, I don't think you can outbox Ruiz. I've always felt like, even in the first fight, I said Ruiz will be outboxing him until he gets caught and gets knocked out. I didn't think he'd win. I thought he was going to get knocked out. And it's the same thing again, really. You're not outboxing him. You try to box in the back foot. You've seen him fight bigger guys. He closes you down. You just keep coming forward until you can't move them. One. Joshua's the big guy. He's not going to last that movement for a long time. You've seen him in fights where it's gone past the 6th round and he gets tired.
Gas,
you know what I'm saying? The only fight he didn't gas out was a Parker fight because the referee kept breaking him up. You've seen him in other fights kind of lose that kind of like that same. He loses his shape a bit. He gets tired and he's just all over the place. Ruiz doesn't look it, but he is fitter. Like Joshua's done all the training he does. He looks in good shape, but he hasn't had the chance to have a fight and see if it works. So he's testing it now in a dangerous fight, and I just don't think in that box Ruiz, he applies smart pressure. He's been in the game a long time. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he uses his weight or his physique to his advantage, and I think he does it good.
I've heard Joshua's lost a bit of weight, so he might be planning to try and just box for the 12 rounds, be able to move for the 12 rounds.
Can he do that?
He can't do that.
All depends.
He can't do that. Well, not be fun. You see him fight, as Denzel just said. They do all the training up Sheffield. I was part of Sheffield, so I know all the training they're doing and that.
There's a bit of subtext here.
But man, I don't think he can do it for 12 rounds. No chance.
And but Ruiz, obviously, you said he didn't have a full camp, did he, for the last fight, and now he hasn't. Like you were saying, Denzel, he's got this is his chance. He wants to create a legacy now.
The thing is with that, everyone's saying he didn't have a full camp, but remember, he's had however long he's had looking for a world title to look at Joshua. Joshua had 5 weeks to look at Ruiz when the fight got called, so he hadn't got to prepare for him. So in this camp, he'll have time to prepare for him, especially where he's been with him now. He's got more of that advantage. Okay, I know what he's about now, and I can prepare for him. Well, Ruiz has been chasing Joshua for a long time, maybe a couple of years. So that whole camp thing, he was already in camp because he just had a fight.
Yeah.
So that don't count for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Joshua had less time, but this time round, hopefully he gets it right. But I think the only way he beats him is knocking him out. That's what I think. But not rushing, just has to do it patiently. Can't rush him like he did first.
Is the winner of this fight best heavyweight in the world?
Nah, no chance.
That was a quick
Tyson
answer.
Fury.
Tyson Fury.
The winner of Tyson Fury and Wilder is even though Wilder has the horrible style, that right hand's an equalizer. So if he beats Tyson Fury, if he loses 12 rounds again and knocks him out, he's the best heavyweight in the world.
Tyson Fury's gonna love this.
Yeah.
if he watches it.
If he watches it, yeah. But you must see James Branch's name and click on it.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna put his name in the title. He said that. I'll have to.
But yeah, I think right now it's Tyson Fury, but you can't deny Wilder. He's got that equalizer, and that right hand will put anyone to sleep. So we just have to wait and see till that fight happens.
Same, Chris, for you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Wilder's the best boxer, but he's got that right hand that just puts everyone to sleep. I think boxing skill-wise, it's Fury.
I think, yeah.
Wait, I'm first, mate. I'll slow yourself down.
Do it, Joshua. Be patient.
No, I reckon, Fury, he's the best, isn't he? And he beat him the first time he got up, and that was a Libby. But yeah, all you got to do is avoid that right hand.
It's like banging the table.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'll put Joshua quite a few down. I think Luis Ortiz. I'll put Luis Ortiz up there as well. Even
No, you're doing too much now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think he'd be
He's overreached.
Yeah, he's over. Yeah,
Overreached.
Joshua's right there. Joshua's right there. Yeah, but saying that he'd beat Joshua, don't put him in that top thing. It's about achievements.
Fury's first. I'd say Fury Wilder. Then I'd put Ortiz.
If he wins this fight,
and then I'd have Joshua back fifth.
If he wins this fight, he's third. If he
AJ
wins this fight, he's third.
Yeah,
He's a unified heavyweight world champion. Would have been 2-time world champion by the time he wins this. But it's just that obviously Wilder and Fury are still at the top. They haven't achieved enough for you to put them up in front of him. Ortiz has never been a world champion before, bro. You can't put him in front of him.
You're all right with Sam, but we're talking about boxing. We said who.
Yeah, but how do you rank boxers? I'm better than everyone in the top 10 in England, but I'm ranked.
Good,
16th.
Who do you want? Who do you want to
Hi.
fight?
I was just about to say hi, Liam Williams, but he's Welsh. That's all right. He's Welsh.
But yeah, talk about me later.
See, this is why we put you at opposite ends of the table.
No, I'm backing him. I believe him. I think what Denzel sounds right.
But I think this is just like the pound for pound debate, whether you go by results or whether you go by ability. And I think they're both valid viewpoints.
100%.
Now I've made the peace. Before we round off, I'm going to ask you all just for a quick one-sentence prediction. So who wins and how? We've not drawn straws. We're just going to go this side to that side. James?
On the fence.
No, you've got to make a prediction. You can't be the only one who doesn't make a prediction. Come on.
I don't have a clue either.
Points or stoppage?
Stops him.
Louie?
I'm going to go with AJ. Knockout.
AJ knockout, Chris?
I'm going to say an AJ late stoppage.
Nice specific. I like that. Denzel?
I'm rooting with the Brit. I'm going for AJ. He has to knock him out.
What happened to your patriotism, James?
He
Wow.
was in the GP squad with him.
You betrayed your country, James Branch.
I think Anthony
No. We'll just cut it out. So you heard it here first, folks. James Branch is picking Andy Ruiz to win. It's brave. It's brave. You put your head above the parapet. You've gone against your friends.
Good.
Did it?
I'll stand out from the rest of them.
Yeah, that's it.
We want to thank all the guys from the Peacock for joining us for this special preview of Ruiz Joshua 2. We'll be back next week with a more standard FLEXpectations, 4:30 PM next Thursday. But until then, thanks very much for your time. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Nice
Cheers,
one.
man.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Cheers. Thanks.